Hello, y'all. Hello. What up? This Miss V, and you have just arrived as above, tulips below. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Thank you guys for coming back to view my content, my info. Hope that it's informational and that it's useful for you. Okay. And I also wanted to say this video. I know you're looking at my screen. It's beautiful, ain't it? But this is the beginning of my video, and I didn't want to move ahead or whatever it may be. But anyway, make sure that we are practicing breathing techniques. And I apologize if I'm really loud. I'm behind the camera, okay? And the reason why is because we're breathing God in and we're breathing God out, okay? On a deeper level, all right? It's more essential more than ever now, considering that it's being attacked by fabric. And just in case one day you have to breathe light, when you want strong lungs in order to afford to breathe light, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what might happen? I don't know. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But just the main purpose of working in society now, having to wear masks, you want to make sure that you are strengthening your lungs whenever you get a chance to. Now, so moving on. Now, I believe and have been told that we are operating from lies, and these lies limit us from pure race humans. Okay, it limits us from being pure in our human experience. Okay, this is when I realized at an early age that I was not bound to this earth vibration. More or less, I remain like on the outside, you know, in my crystal star. That's what I'm learning. That's what it's called, crystal star. Okay, and it's also called the law of one. And I remained an observer even as a young age, and this became very valuable to me and very something that carried me, or more like ordered my steps, okay, by me being a visionary and adding to what I observe instead of taking for face value what is being shown to me. Okay, it was more like I felt my way through this world because I am a water sign, so that helped me a lot be able to merge with the ever-changing frequencies of our existence. I made that sound professional, didn't I? Okay, anyway, by me remaining on the outside, my crystal star is called the law of one, and it kept me to observe life and observe the people around me, and also to observe how this God fits in perspective. Okay, I needed a perspective. I needed to understand why I was here versus there being already a God here. Okay, that let's see, how can I explain this? When you see out of your own eyes and you are having the capability to manifest from a soul, a heart, pure space, pivot point, you manifest things, and then when you find out that there's a God, it kind of like makes things add more sense to what you are going through. I don't know if you guys can understand that, because not that I didn't know that there was a God, I didn't know what was a God, okay, or what this God was so I don't know what was so the need for me to acknowledge this being, this God, okay. And so it really led me to being here now, being able to have all the information that I need, key points, just a lot of things that wasn't available for me as I grew up, okay? So this right here is part 2 of a video that I made a couple of videos down called excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to write these notes. Okay, so the video that I made a couple of videos down is called The Truth from Above to Below, part 1. And so this is part 2, okay? And so part 1 was pretty much explaining who are the NAA. And so this right here is going to go a little further and deeper into, I told you guys that I was going to do that. So therefore I am. Okay. Okay. So as y'all can see, this information that is here, this is what I did with the first. As y'all can see, it's from Ascension Glossary. This information that I first shared with you guys is what this first paragraph is about. Screenshot that, do whatever you need to do, pause it or whatever it may be. So what I'm going to do is go further down into reading into, you know, more of a perspective of what's really going on, okay? Let me bring that back down, son. Okay. So you guys, if you can't see this, all right, you might have zooms or something on your cameras and your phones or whatever it may be. You can zoom or whatever it may be. I'm also going to read it for people that just like, you know what I'm saying, people to narrate stuff because I want to read it anyway. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Like I said, when you view this video, you can go on Ascension Glossary and see it for yourself. All right. But what I want to do is read it and give you more of an understanding. So when you read it, you'll know what you're reading. Okay. Not that you can't understand what you're reading, but you know, I'm covering it now, okay? These are extra dimensional and interdimensional beings that have lost their consciousness connection to God's source and are utilizing humans and other beings as their food source, siphon life like a parasite. And have you guys noticed that most of the diseases or most of the infections or most of the, our viruses always consist of a parasite? So as above, so below. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I want to explain to everyone, how all of this fits in, okay? Because as you can see, it says they are utilizing humans and other beings as their food source and siphoning life like a parasite to live thousands of years. So they have been doing this way probably before human existence ever came about, okay? They do not have access to incarnate into human bodies. So they convert human bodies and they want to take them over or use them in the future. They do not have emotions as humans have, but are highly intelligent as they are working on higher mind principles that the human 3 layers of ego. Okay, you guys know what 3 layer of ego is, right? Which is the first chakra of the unconscious mind. The second chakra is the instinctual mind. And the third chakra is the conscious mind. Okay, so these are the 3 layers of ego that they work on us. Okay, and it say they are similar to a mad scientist that manipulates and genetically modifies human beings. Similarly, as a farmer interested in gaining more resources out of his herd of cattle on the farm, they consider humans as investments in their energy resource portfolio. The NAA can be best understood as a psychopathic or sociopathic personality or identity profile with a lack of empathy. You hear that? They don't have empathy like us humans do, okay? Only God beings, okay, that are made in God's image are, have empathy, all right? We have that seed, that love seed, that has no feelings of remorse and no caring towards human beings. They regard human beings as inferior, stupid, and many times use form of mockery to create intentional harm for their own amusement. You hear that? Haven't you seen that before? As above, so below. The reason why I'm reading this is because if you pay attention to us as humans, we mirror these kind of behaviors. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I wanted to go through this is because I want everyone to understand as they reading, is you reading about how you as a humanity acts towards each other. And so as above, so below, what they have taught us, being that we are cousins, period, okay? We cousins. We're all in this God, okay? This source, all right? In this omniscient being. So therefore we all are kin. Okay, so you know how you have bad cousins that do evil and you the good side or whatever it may be. This is how it is. And so therefore, and not only do we have some of their DNA, all right, but this is how it's being laid out for us to understand how we came about, what happened to us to bring us to this point. You get what I'm saying? And then you can better understand that what you are doing today, your instinctual behavior, you know what I'm saying, your unconscious behavior and your conscious behavior is all a lie. It's all something that has been programmed into you. Who are you? Who are we? You get what I'm saying? Until all these layers are stripped from us, we are pretty much living a lie. Okay? We are not even operating as pure humans. Okay? These beings have been manipulating the human world of affairs for thousands and thousands of years since the Atlantean catalysm for their own purpose. Some of see the ages of humanity. These are interdimensional, extra-dimensional beings known as fallen angelics in ancient history, and they use many technological manipulating methods to mind control and negatively manipulate the future directions of the human race. Once such negative manipulation is installing in the Armageddon software into the planetary brain in order to install false father negative alien religion based on serving the Yahweh and Jehovah Anunnaki collective. Okay? So when they said that once that negative manipulation is installed in the Armageddon software, the Armageddon software, as I have read, is like mind control programs such as war, pestilence, okay? And pestilence is like a contagious or infectious epidemic disease, like the bionic plague, some that's destructive, harmful, evil, okay, and is used on earth to suppress and like control humans' consciousness by propagating artificially generated like false timelines. Okay, they give us these things and put them in there. So, and what we do, just like you watch a movie, somebody wrote a script, we play these out through sound waves and different kind of frequencies that make our bodies move certain ways, and we say certain things because there's life in the tongue, and therefore our seconds to minutes to hours are already laid out by our unconscious speaking things into existence. Okay, wherever the mind is to, the body shall follow. So this is what I'm saying. This mind control is deep, that it has us also moving in a certain way. Okay, now let me go on because I don't want to do more than 25 minutes, because I'm probably gonna have to make this like a second video. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna read that last line again. One such negative manipulation is installing the Armageddon software. Okay, like I told you, that's mind control, such as war, pestilence, disease, all that type of stuff, into the planetary brain in order to install false father. Okay, now false father is like, let's go to false father, because I don't want to mess that reference up. The false father is the main victimizer archetype that is used to create pain and trauma in the child when you was a kid. Okay, this is where your childhood trauma come from. This is where your childhood wounds come from. The ones that still lay hold to you and latch hold to you as you grow up. Okay, the unhealed pain and different kinds of shocks and things that are laying dormant in your subconscious. It says when that child is totally dependent upon the adult person. Okay, so what it does is, when someone like a mother, father, or whatever may be, so it says father, okay? So we have priests, we have pastors and different things like that. Remember, it was the male archetype that lay hold of being the face or the voice of religion, or pretty much being the voice and the change. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to make sure that they was in control of that. All right. So therefore, with this false parent, it says it is the main victimizer archetype that is used to create pain and trauma in child when that child is totally dependent upon the adult person. When abuse is suffered in childhood, so this does not have to be a male and only a male. This could be female, I believe, too, because my spirit is talking to me. And meaning in the woman could be in her masculine when this take place with a child. Okay, so if you have been in abusive household where your mother disciplined in a masculine way, then this is where this is also coming from. Okay, it says that when abuse is suffered in childhood, destructive attachments and negative bonds are formed within that child that carry into adulthood if they are not cleared. To free the body, mind, and emotions and spirit from the bondage of trauma induced by parents or others when we are children, we must take responsibility to learn how to love ourselves unconditionally and forgive what has happened to us. The actions dissolve the casualties and the consequential effects, as well as later entanglements that this pain has created throughout the child's timeline, all the way into adulthood. Unhealed childhood trauma and pain is commonly carried over into adult intimate relationships, affecting them with pain and leading into unhealthy and destructive relationships. When we are able to unconditionally forgive the situation and love ourselves, we learn that what happens to us as a child has nothing to do with our real self. We shift our thinking to reflecting upon what lessons we have learned and what strength we could take away from the experiences. We must shift our concept of the parent that exists on the external to become the parent that exists in the internal self, and know that we are the true spiritual parents for ourselves. Our self-worth is not related to how our biological bio is life, our life logical family or adopted parent treated us as children. Okay, now that's what the false parent is. I'll do a later video on that, but let me get back to this. All right, so where was I? All right, so it says that the Armageddon software into the planetarian brain in order to install the false father negatives, okay? Alien religions based on serving the Yahweh and Jehovah Anunnaki collections, okay? So it says, as a side note, it says, see dark force manipulation methods and mind control and artificial intelligence, okay? So all that is linked to that. All right, here we go with the reptilian. I don't know how to pronounce his name, y'all. It's heresy. Okay, I think I'm gonna do it here. Heresy. Okay. Extraterrestrials that are hybrided within reptilian-based genetics operate in strict hierarchical systems of rank and differ to their superior groups. Y'all gotta excuse me, my phone. Okay, here we go. Extraterrestrials that are hybrided with reptilian-based genetic operate in strict hierarchical systems of rank and differ in their superior groups. The Dracos and Draconians from the Alpha Draconians are in command of the Earth-based subterraneans reptilians who respect their superiors in the belief system that the Drakes are those who hold ownership over Earth and human beings. Draco reptilians view themselves as the most intelligent species in the universe, and that Earth humans are the result of their biological seeding process from multiple planets. The Alpha Draconian Dracos have a royal class that appears to be lighter colored, white-skinned, scaled with winged appendages, and are about 2 to 3 times the size of an average human and very muscular. They are quite menacing and tyrannical, showing little mercy to the entity of their own race that they think has defined their orders or responsibilities to manage their earthly resources. Earth-based reptilians appear to be in command over the EBE, or biological entities known as small grays. The reptilians have developed high psionic abilities, which they use for mind controlling other entities, and do not have an emotional body or soul body. Okay? The known reptilian races on Earth appear to have made a variety of cooperative agreements with the higher ranks of human government and military, and have resulted in shadow government black projects such as the secret space programs and MILABs. Okay, MILABs is military abductees who have been kidnapped, trained, and utilized for their own secret space programs. Okay, and the creations of the military industrial complex to experience and explore alien-based technologies and the craft that they have been given access through their corporations. Drakes are extremely militant, misogynist, and warring species that are very involved in controlling the power elite, financial, pharmaceutical, and banking institution, promoting war and killing through increasing militarization, poverty consciousness, human enslavement programs, religious violence, you hear that right? Terrorism, and the harvesting of humanity's DNA through abductive and experimentations, as well as other species that they have under their control. Okay, and it has a side note that says see World War One. All right. So this information I'm gonna give, like I said, you can go, if you get to this video, you can go to Ascension Glossary yourself and read on this and dig deeper into it. I'm just trying to get the information out there. Like I said, I'm just trying to get it out and do what I'm supposed to do, because I feel that I need to, and then I'm gonna go on to something more higher and vibrational. But I just want to get this out here, okay? Just because I know. All right. And sorry about the camera, y'all. I'm not professional, so I don't know how you know how to, when you do your screen like that and the other screen I don't know how to do all that, so I just do this. All right. So, and I know I just did that, but I don't know how to, whatever. Anyway, it says this is called the NAA invasion, okay? When our planetarian logos, okay, meaning in logos is like God is our sources are overseer, right? And so that's how we operate. Like every planet has its own logos, like what it stands for or what energy or vibration, okay? And so that's what logos is to me, all right? You probably can look that up yourself and get a better explanation. When our planetarian logos was invaded and corrupted by the reptilian controllers, the archons of the NAA, the planet and our race was impacted dramatically, okay? It meant we were no longer free to create and evolve as per the original blueprint of our intended creation, and we had no memory of what has happened to us. We were recycled through the continual reincarnation into the astral plane with no memory of the past lives, who we really are, and where we really are going, or what our relationship is to God and what humanity's purpose actually is. Over time, most of us lost our feeling connection to our soul matrix, and we became numb to the pain in order to survive in the anti-human based structures. What has happened to our planet is not human. It is alien to the true nature of humanity. Okay, the side note says, see the ages of humanity. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. What has happened to us and what we operate, the energies we operate in, they're not ours. So you're not being yourself. This is what helped me as a child to understand that I was not finna step into humanity. I was not finna step into human and be the way humans was. I seen, that would let me know that I was a starseed. That would let me know. Okay, that is what let me know that I was a starseed. I couldn't name it, but I knew I was not of this planet because I couldn't get down with the vibration. I wasn't rocking with it. Even at a young age, I said, oh no, I must be myself, okay? It was hard for me because I got beat down, teased, all that type of stuff for leading my life with my heart. But I'm thankful that I did, because this day and time, it's a seed that's planted in me, and can't nobody shake it for nothing, okay? I'm all God, okay? I'm all what embodies to be a God sovereign being. You get what I'm saying? I can't change for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what it's like to be human, so it's hard for me to really sympathize with humans when they believe that they can't come out of humanity ways. You can. You know what I'm saying? It's easy like a switch to me, like on and off. This is how I have to deal with humanity. It's on and off switch. So I believe that anyone can, but I also believe in timelines needing to be fulfilled. All right, so let me go on. All right, so when I get to close to 30 minutes, I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to go to part 2. I think I'm going to stop it now, you guys. All right. So if you guys can journey with me into part 2, whatever, I like to make sure that I cover all this before I go on. Because if I take too much time, it'll be too much time in between. And this video will not make no sense as well as part 1. So this may be a part 3 and a part 4. But I will make sure that I get all this covered. All right. So you guys, thank you for viewing my video. I hope, like I said, all my videos and my content is informational and that is useful for your betterment, your ascension. Okay, I'm just here to help, and I am casting all fear aside to do what I believe that I came here to do. Okay, because if not, my life makes no sense and no purpose. All right, and if I don't stand for something, I fall for anything. So please come back to part 3, and I thank you guys again. And one God, one mind, one soul, and the law of one. Always practice that. Ashe.